And thank you for tuning in to our ongoing coverage here of Day 7, CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu, as we continue shining a spotlight onto Canadian distributor Automobility and their portfolio of brands. They've had a beautiful selection of brands, and this particular brand is new to the portfolio. In fact, it was just announced, I would say just last week when we did our preview to Industry Week. The brand, of course, is ZZ-2. Now, some of you might have already heard of ZZ-2, and some of you may have not. If you go based on the title of this session, which is OE integration, wireless CarPlay, and Android auto and video, and this piques your interest because, of course, this is a very relevant topic, then you want to pay attention. This is a brand that could integrate some CarPlay and some Android Auto into places and applications you might not have even known was available. So to help us shed some light on that, coming direct from ZZ-2, we've got the Vice President himself, Mr. Rich DeSclafani, joining us. Mr. Rich, welcome to CMA Industry Week.
Thank you very much.
I understand, Rich, you have a rich history in OEM integration. And here you are with ZZ-2, and we are very excited to learn what this is all about, especially that it is new with Automobility.
Yes, absolutely. New brand for Automobility. Really excited to be part of their portfolio, and really excited to be here. You guys are putting on an amazing production here, and super excited to be part of it, and really happy to be here explaining about the products as well.
Well, our job is to put the information out and the training out so that the dealers can absorb it and make their decisions on where they want to focus their attention and what products they want to offer their customers. So why don't you tell us real quick about what ZZ-2 is all about?
So we really specialize and focus right now on integrating CarPlay into vehicles that didn't have it, focusing on working with the OEM controls. So it's a complete integrated solution. Obviously we're integrating into some older vehicles, so there's always some limitations, but we have some really, really nice solutions for wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, backup camera interfaces that also had front camera, and some really nice OEM cameras and some other really cool devices as well. So yeah, just here to talk about all that stuff.
You know, it's a pretty dynamic category right now, especially with the explosion in used premium vehicle market. More than ever, there are people, getting into premium vehicles that are, call it 4 to 10 years old is kind of the sweet spot. And from what I see as a quick overview that I've had the chance to take a look at what you guys are offering, that's specifically the market that you've kind of targeted, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we've targeted. More so on the European side, I would say, was our primary focus. But yeah, pretty much the last 10 to 12 years, I would say, is pretty much our range. And we support a lot of vehicles in that year range in the last decade.
So listen, it's no secret. People are coming into the stores and they're asking, hey, can you help me out? I've got a 12 BMW or Audi, for example. Can you, I have no CarPlay. Can you help me out? So then the question becomes, okay, can I fit a radio in there that has CarPlay? And a lot of these vehicles, it's a little bit complex, if not impossible, to change to an aftermarket radio. Are you saying that this is where ZZ-2 comes in?
Yeah, that's exactly it. What this does is it basically brings you up to today's technology and communication standards in the vehicles, and in a way that it fully integrates with the factory controls and pretty close to OEM. So they work really well, and yeah, it gives you today's technology and yesterday's cars.
Well, let's find out how well. Let's go ahead and put up this presentation and get our learn on.
Okay, thank you. We have just an About Us page right here. So basically what we're striving to do in the market, we, really trying to bring high quality products and high quality service, obviously 2 keys to good business. And, we're just looking to bring viable products to the market, which is CarPlay, Android Auto, obviously 2 really highly requested features in the market today, and focusing on cars that, like you said, you can't really put an aftermarket radio in or integrate any other way to it. And, all of our products go through a really deep vetting process. So before we ship them out, they're validated on radios. We bench test a lot of the products. connect phones to them just to make sure 100% that they are working properly before they ship. So, just assures the customers that when they receive it, it's going to work. So a little bit about our main interfaces, our wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto family of interfaces. So all of our interfaces do wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Wireless Android Auto is only supported by Google and Samsung phones at this time. So a lot of people don't really know that, but that's an important piece of wireless Android Auto. But we do support it, and it's wired as well. So wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, or you could use them wired. We also support AirPlay with these interfaces. Most of the interfaces for our main brands like Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, all support AirPlay, which is essentially wireless smartphone mirroring for an iPhone. We also support wired phone mirroring for Android devices. They also provide USB playback. So if you have audio and video stored on a thumb drive, you can play it back through the interface as well. So if you don't have any signal, no data, you're going on a trip, you're not going to be you're going to be without data. You can just utilize a thumb drive and have some movies stored on it, and you can watch those if you wanted to. All the interfaces are fully integrated with the factory controls. So all of your main controls, phone calls, music controls, everything is all fully integrated through the factory controls. Depending on what type of vehicle it is, some are touchscreen. Porsche, for example, or Bentley works directly from the factory touchscreen, whereas like BMW, Audi, or Mercedes would work through the jog wheel on the console. But however the setup is in the car, the interfaces are always going to integrate with those factory controls. They all have a backup camera input with moving dynamic lines. So all of the interfaces have the option as well to add a backup camera and front view camera as well. So you get a bunch of different features to go along with these kits. Pretty much most of them are all 100% plug and play. Very few interfaces you have to do any hard wiring at all, or cutting or splicing at all in any kits. And then they all have a 3-year warranty, all of our products that we support CarPlay and Android Auto with. So just some of the vehicles that we support. We cover Audi from 2004 to current, pretty much. Wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, we support from about 2009 and up. Backup camera interfaces are, going back all the way to 2004. And we have a nice little way to help identify the different systems, how to qualify the vehicles. This is the first system that we support, which is the 2G MMI system. This comes in Audis from about 2004 to 2008, depending on the model. And then we have the Symphony or the concert radio here, which starts in about 2009 and runs to about 2016. And you're going to find this configuration in your most common vehicles, which are the A4, A5, and Q5. So even some of your higher trim vehicles like S4s and S5s, for some reason, came with these base radio setups in them. So you will find this base radio setup in a lot of different vehicles. And we do support that with these OEM controls for CarPlay and Android Auto, and backup camera inputs as well, front camera.
Good old Audi, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never know it.
They had cassette decks until, I don't know what year it was, but it's pretty late in the game. They were one of the last ones to still have them.
Yes. Germans, for some reason, were always really more focused on performance than anything else. So they were kind of lackadaisy with bringing their, infotainment technology up to date. Porsche was notorious for that for many, many years. And finally, they're pretty much up to speed now.
But that's okay. Lots of business for us.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, I'm not complaining, man.
Yeah, keep it
I'm
going.
not complaining. And they make good cars. They last long. And, so people are buying them and definitely keeping us rolling. That's for sure. We've been doing really good this year so far. And we had a good year last year. Even through COVID, it was a little tough. But we've been going, man. And Audi is our most popular model, our most popular brand. We sell more interfaces for Audi for the 3G MMI system here and the previous system, which is, the concert/symphony system. Those are our two most popular kits. So we sell a lot of these products. We have a lot of them out there. They work really well.
Wink, wink. Maybe you should have these in inventory.
Yes. Great pieces.
Yeah.
And then we have an MIB system here. This is like an A6, I believe, or an A7 from about 2016, 2017. So we just have some different ways to qualify the different vehicles, which kind of helps because a lot of times it's a little hard to identify. There's an MIB2 system, A3 with the screen that pops up out of the dash. BMW, next big brand. BMW is another really popular brand for these products. We support from 04 to current pretty much for camera interfaces. Carplay interfaces we support from 2009 to about 2018, depending on the model. So another really good range of cars that didn't come with factory CarPlay, and a really good demand for these vehicles. Again, we have some qualification here for the different models, help you identify what system is in there. So this way, when a customer comes in, you could just get in, look at the car, and say, okay, well, this is a CCC. We know that ZZ-2 only has a camera interface for this, but we have CarPlay and camera for all of these additional systems, CIC, the NVT, the Evo. We also support Mini, and we also support the I vehicles, the i3 and the i8. So Mini Cooper or Mini also runs BMW systems. So we do support them as well with these interfaces.
Now, Rich, this information is available on your website for dealers?
Yes, absolutely. I was going to actually go a little bit later and hit the website a little bit. But yeah,
I'm sure they're asking already. It's like, do I have to screen capture this, or is there somewhere I can go see this? Gotcha.
Yes, everything's on the website. Thank you for asking. But yeah, everything's on the website. When you go and you use the vehicle selector, you can put in your make and model of the vehicle, and whatever's available for that vehicle come up. And then when you click on the specific interface, it'll give you pictures like this of exactly how to identify what system is in there. And then worst case scenario, you could always pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot me a text, a message. I get contacted from every possible way you could imagine. So I'm always available. I'm always happy to answer questions. I know most of the stuff off the top of my head. So, identifying is pretty straightforward for me, but we do provide the information for the dealers on the website. And this is also on a lot of our marketing material as well. We put these pictures on there to help the dealers identify. So it just kind of keeps it in front of them and keeps it in front of you. This way, you know what systems to look for and what to look for. And as you get more familiar with identifying the cars, because, this is a fairly newer category. I would say the CarPlay integration category, and it's a little more involved than, say, what backup camera interfaces were for many years as far as qualifying vehicles. There's a little bit more that goes into it. So these, these cheat notes or cheat sheets, I guess you could say, for qualifying really help.
Oh, they definitely help for sure. Yeah.
So this is one of the more recent BMW systems, the Evo ID6. We do support that as well. You'll find that in a lot of 17s, 18s. Mercedes, another big brand. A lot of vehicles out there. C-Class, GLC, a lot of demand for those vehicles to add CarPlay. Again, we cover from 2007 to pretty much current. 07 to about 2012 is rear and front camera interfaces only. Once you get into about 2012, then you start getting into the wireless CarPlay interfaces as well. Again, a lot of different ways to identify the different systems. Your first generation NTG4 system, basically, of where you had a separate screen and radio combo, and then NTG4.5 and 4.7, NTG5 and NTG5 system in the S-Class with the 12-inch screen. So we support all these vehicles. There's some other systems like NTG5, and there's some other variations as well. There's more pictures and stuff on the website. So Porsche, again, another actually big volume brand, Porsche.
There's a lot more Porsches on the road than people think.
Absolutely,
especially in the Cayenne and the Boxster.
Yes, and even the Macan the last few years, there's a lot of Macans out there.
Macan, yeah, the last few, yeah.
So that's been a pretty popular model as well. But we cover from 2010 to pretty much current. Wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and obviously those same interfaces have camera inputs, is what we're focused on. We don't have any camera-only interfaces for Porsche, except for the non-nav radio.
Hey, Rich, what is your website?
www.zz-2.com.
Happened to be on Facebook here, and we got some people asking about it, so I went ahead and posted it up.
Awesome, thank you. So I mean, just, some more pictures. PCM 3.1 is the first system that we support. You'll find this in a 2010 and up Panamera, 11 and up Cayenne, sports cars like 911s, 2012 and up pretty much. And then you have the Cayman and the Boxster is about 13 and up. And we support these 3.1 system up until 16 when they switched to PCM 4 and went to PCM 4 for a couple models for a year or two. PCM 4 system is still actually being offered in the 718 model, which is the replacement for the Boxster and the Cayman.
What was the year you started on Porsche? 2010 was the first year?
Yes, for Panamera.
Wow. So, really? First gen Panamera. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. That was the first car to come with a PCM 3.1. That was the first year they released it, and we support it all the way back to 2010. And actually, the current 718s, the new Boxsters and Cayman, some of them don't even have CarPlay, believe it or not. So,
do you know who owns Porsche?
No.
Volkswagen.
Oh, Volkswagen.
Yeah, and Audi.
Yeah. Well, and Bugatti and Ducati and Lamborghini.
What is the common theme here? What is the
Bentley?
Common theme?
Yeah. No, right, exactly.
Yeah,
they're very lackadaisy with their technology, man. But like you said, it's a great opportunity for all of us in the industry to, still have viable options to offer new car dealers. I mean, it's pretty amazing that, a few years ago, everybody was like, oh man, we're done. As soon as, the camera law comes out, we're done. Our new car dealer business is done. Cars come with remote starts.
Yeah.
And, it was like, but it's pretty refreshing to see that we still have stuff to be able to offer.
Well, we got a lot of dealers in Canada that specialize in, premium vehicles. I think if they're paying attention, they're going to see a lot of applications that are going to make, put a smile on their face for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even with some of the universal stuff like the ZZ Air, we'll get into that, but that's a great dealer piece, man. That's something, you can offer all day and something still over the counter, no problem. So Lexus again, we cover from 2014 to, we've just recently validated some 2021 LX 570s, that are still not coming with factory CarPlay, amazingly.
Wow, is that crazy?
Anyhow. Yeah, imagine that much for a truck. I mean, and that's the, the high-end model. That's one of their flagships. So the LX 570 with no CarPlay 2021 is pretty amazing. So it was pretty nice to be able to validate that vehicle and know that, we're able to support new cars that are still on the lot, and still have, viable options to go for. And, that's nice for the next how many years, where you got the used car market. So the next 10 years, those cars will still be viable.
And this is great for the expediter market. Those of you guys that got contracts with dealerships, something else to add to the menu.
Yep, absolutely. And it has a 3-year warranty, so it matches most of what the dealer exactly what the dealers are looking for as far as matching the factory warranty, and that's big for expediters as well. So that was something that I recognized, from the onset, is that, a lot of these guys are doing work for, car dealerships and even, cars with extended warranties after the fact from used car dealerships. It's nice to have a 3-year warranty and this type of stuff. So less, you have no worries. Yeah, more Lexus qualification, all kinds of different systems. Lexus is probably one of the more diverse infotainment setup system vehicle manufacturers, I would say. They have a bunch of different setups. They have 4 different screen sizes. They have about 8 different control systems that they utilize over the years that we support. Not all of the pictures are here. Most of them look very similar. Some of the button layouts will be a little bit different. Some of them will have 3 buttons here instead of this rocker and the 2. So sometimes you'll see some variations, but we pretty much support all of the touchpad, joystick configurations that are out there from Lexus from 2014 and up. The only system we're not supporting actually is the fixed split screen system, where some of the older vehicles like the older GS and LS, they had a 12-inch screen, but it was split and you couldn't make it full screen. And we're just not supporting those. But otherwise, pretty much every other Lexus, any of these controls we have support for. Now we have 3 different kits actually for Lexus. IT3 Lex 15, which is compatible with these 2 touchpads and the joystick. And then we have a Lex 17 kit, which is the round rotary knob. And then the large touchpad is our 19 kit. And all these pictures, again, are on the website or on all our marketing material. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys to be able to identify the different systems.
Bentley.
Yes. Really nice kit for Bentley. We have a single interface kit for it that pretty much is mostly all plug and play. These cars, because it is a touchscreen, as is the Porsche PCM 3.1 kit, you actually have to open up the radio and do a ribbon conversion on it. So the installation's a little more involved than what you would find in some of the other kits like the Audis and BMWs per se. But really nice kit. I really recommend it. Some experienced installers are the ones that are working on
a little bit more advanced setup. If you're going to tear apart a Bentley
head
Bentley
units,
dash.
well, yeah, and then have to open up the radio and actually mount a circuit board inside.
Do you have an instructional video on that, or?
We don't have a video. We have good printed instructions for it. But I'm
offer a prize if anybody that wants to provide that video.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, listen, I offer all kinds of incentives for dealers that want to help out, and pictures and videos, and even sometimes we have products that we need some beta testing done on, and I have some dealers that I work with that help with beta testing and stuff. So yeah, we're always trying to look to improve.
If you need some contacts in Canada, we pretty much know them all, and there's some top-notch ones for sure. That
absolutely,
like really wicked vehicles come through their shop.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely been to a few shops up there over the last few years, and really impressed, man.
A couple of them are actually watching right now.
I'm sure. What's up, guys? Hope everybody's good.
Yeah.
So Bentley, pretty much Bentley, all the Continentals is what we're compatible with. The Continental GTC, and then the Continental GT. So you have the 4-door, the coupe, and the convertible. They all pretty much came with the same radio from 2012 to about 2018. 2018 is kind of when they switched over. And, we offer this radio as, or this interface, and the Porsche PCM 3.1 actually as well. Some guys don't have the time or don't want to be bothered actually doing the mod themselves. So we do offer a service where we'll actually mod the radio for you if you want to send it in, and we'll mod the radio for you and do the ribbon conversion and everything. So you guys don't have to worry about doing it. Land Rover, Jaguar.
Gosh, I'm loving these applications.
Yes. There are some really, really popular vehicles here that really don't have much support as far as product and just in general that you could do to these vehicles. So it's nice to have some coverage on these. These older systems that we call Bosch systems is actually the radio manufacturer. with the CD player, we cover all of these with the screen layout, and there's another screen layout also that we cover. But these are really nice. These work right from the touch screen. These are not any type of ribbon cable modification needed for the touchscreen control. These are all just plug and play and just T-harness in behind the radio, essentially. Really nice units, all touchscreen controlled, and everything, of course, is all wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So find all this info on the website and on our marketing material. This is what the same layout looks like in most of the Land Rovers or Range Rovers for those years. And a new addition to the lineup, we just added GM. So we now cover Chevy, GMC, and Cadillac from 2014 to about 2020, depending on the car.
That's a lot of vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so anything with the IO5 or IO6 with the 8-inch screen, the MyLink or the Q is what we support. A really, really nice kit. Works right from the touchscreen. This kit's all plug and play. No ribbon cable modifications or anything like that. So installations are pretty straightforward. Every vehicle's a little bit different because GM is kind of all over the place with how they place their modules in their cars. But a really nice kit that we just released. There's a video of it on our website, as well as a bunch of other videos, actually on a YouTube channel, of some of the other products too. And yeah, qualifying them is real straightforward. 8-inch MyLink, IO5 or IO6 on the build sticker with all the RPO codes. Real straightforward. Factory handle cameras.
Time.
Yes.
I got some questions.
Sure.
I have to ask because I know that we're going to have these messages. Any plans on other premium brands, such as the one that comes to mind for me is Volvo. It's such a safety-oriented brand, and owners are always up about safety. I'm curious if that's something that's in the horizon.
You know what? There's not a lot of demands for Volvo, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
It's just such a family vehicle, and safety is what they built, but yet they don't have CarPlay.
Yep, and there's not a big demand for that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
what about Infinity or Acura?
Yes, I have an Infinity interface. It's not in here. I haven't gone over it, but it was something I was going to discuss. We do have an Infinity interface that works from 2015 and up, actually to current models, for Q50, Q60, Q70, and QX50. Trying to think of what other models that we may have.
How about QX60? That's a
no. And man, I get so many requests for QX60. It is unbelievable.
Coming soon?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. You got some Infinity coverage. You got some Infinity coverage. Okay. Acura?
Yep. Nothing for Acura, Honda. Chrysler and Ford, we are working on solutions for. Ford is going to be our first one. Obviously, we released GM already, but Ford's going to be our first one. And Ford is probably going to be 100% made in-house, hardware, software, everything by us. So that's something really exciting. That's a project that we're working on because we're looking at, really starting to just build all of our own hardware and software ourselves.
And where are you located?
Florida. Yes. But we also have a partner company in Brazil. So we have a lot of technical support and engineering over there. That's where all the manufacturing takes place. So that's where a lot of the R&D for the products it happens, and that's where our engineering staff is, and that's where our manufacturing capabilities are. So that's our other half of the company, I would say. They're over there, and that's where a lot of the stuff takes place.
You've got Porsche, you've got Audi. I'm gonna ask Lamborghini or Volks. Both. I'm gonna ask both spectrums, Lambo and Volks.
So Volkswagen, yes, I do support some Volkswagen. Honestly, again, not big demand for Volkswagen. Believe it or not, I do not get a lot of requests for Volkswagen. So because I don't have a lot of demand, I'm not really.
You may in Canada though, Rich.
Yes, and I believe I'm gonna find that a little bit more for sure. So I'm gonna be moving towards some Volkswagen pieces soon. And then the other one you were asking about
Lambo Ferrari, is that really what I want to know?
So Ferrari, no, definitely not. Lambo, yes, we have interfaces and support for Lambo, but it's more on a limited basis, I would say, because it's not so straightforward. So those are more specialty products that I would say are more involved, even in some cases, than doing like some of the radio modifications. So it's not really something, a brand that we're promoting right now until maybe we could get a little bit better handle on the installation side of it. But yeah, but we do support them because Audi again is basically in the VW family.
This is why I asked that question. So yes. Maybe there's some similarities there.
Yes, and actually, as a matter of fact, even Aston Martin, because Aston Martin is actually in the Mercedes family, so we support Aston Martin as well. So we have some support for some of the Aston Martin models as well, which is nice.
While I'm there, what about, you said Mini? What about Smart?
Nothing for Smart.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't even know if they have a system that we would really be able to integrate into. But nothing for Smart. But Mini, we get a fair amount of requests for. So Mini we support from about 2010-ish, 11-ish to current. So, and there's some current models that aren't even coming with CarPlay as well.
Sorry to take your time, but I thought these are questions that dealers will definitely ask.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I could definitely move a little fast sometimes too.
You've got 15 minutes just to give you a time check.
Okay.
It goes fast.
So,
I know.
No, it's perfect. I try to move quick anyway, and I know how things get caught up and stuff. And we're time-wise, we're good. So handle cameras, we support Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. Trying to just keep it simple. The mainstream brands. The Audi CT Audi B8 camera is probably our most popular. You can see all the different vehicles it works on. A3, A4, A5, Q5, bunch of Volkswagens. I got some guys that buy cameras for us from us just to add with aftermarket radio.
These are for the trunk, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And these are really nice quality cameras. They have really good picture quality. Night quality is very good as well. Really pleased with the overall quality of the cameras. And just like all the interfaces, actually every single camera is tested because, obviously we don't manufacture cameras ourselves, but we test every single camera before we put them on the shelf and before we ship them. So we really try to do everything we can to, cut down on any types of customer failures and catch anything we possibly can before it goes out, defects or whatever. So that's really been really beneficial. But yeah, we support a ton of different vehicles with handle cameras. Really nice. We have some really nice support for a lot of the main vehicles, especially like I was saying, the A4 and the A5 and the Q5 with the Symphony or the concert radio, where they didn't even offer a backup camera on those systems at all. So it's a nice package with the CarPlay interface, backup camera, and handle camera package. Really nice something to offer. So talk about our Zeus a little bit. The Zeus product is really awesome. This is something completely different than anybody's ever seen out there before. And actually I have one here, and I just wanted to kind of show it.
Go ahead and put you on the screen here. There you go.
Okay, awesome. So I have one here just to show the simplicity of this piece. Basically, it's a USB-C that just plugs in. This is a standard USB, and this just plugs into where you would plug in your CarPlay or your iPhone for your CarPlay. And this works with almost any aftermarket radio and factory radio that has CarPlay. There are some limitations as far as compatibility goes, but most vehicles is compatible with, and most aftermarket radios it's compatible with. And it's super simple. You could have this in your store on your demo board with a radio that has CarPlay. I've been putting them on Alpine 9-inch radios and letting them play on there. Really awesome product. This is a standalone Android operating device. So this allows you to download whatever video streaming apps you want directly to it, and you can control it from the touchscreen radio, whether it's factory or aftermarket. And it also supports touchpad control in factory radios. So it has to be touchpad or touchscreen. So obviously pretty much every aftermarket doubled in radio is touchscreen. And most OEM radios nowadays are touchscreen as well, or touchpad. So this is a really, really cool piece. You could also do phone mirroring with it. So this will allow you to mirror your phone as well. But just the fact that you can download whatever video streaming apps you want, like Netflix, Hulu, Sling, YouTube, YouTube TV. You could download navigation apps to it, whether it be Waze or Google Maps. There's tons of possibilities with this piece. Just needs a hotspot. So as long as it has an internet connection, you're good to go. So you could drive around watching YouTube videos and Netflix and Hulu and everything. Not driving around watching it, but your passenger or, you know, whoever wants to view it. Really nice piece, man. Really revolutionary product. Again, 100% plug and play. You just plug it right into the USB. I encourage dealers to at least have two at all times, one to show and one to go. We offer some discounts for one to show and one to go. So keep one in inventory, keep it in stock, you know, log in, download all your apps to it, keep it connected to your you know, shop's Wi-Fi. And you could just demo it on different radios, bring it out to customers' cars, plug it in, see if it works. You know, great way to sell a product. So I encourage everybody, one to show, one to go. And we do have a one to show, one to go program as well.
2 questions, Rich. Number
Sure.
one, what's the memory on this thing?
So this is 32 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM.
So 32 gigs. That's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, it's got a lot of storage. You could also, so you use the Google Play Store, and you could also use third-party Android application download sites as well. And this will also provide AV playback from a thumb drive. And that's also how you do software updates. But you could also plug a thumb drive into here and play movies and videos from a thumb drive. So this way, if you know you don't have internet connection or whatnot, again, you can do that. You can mirror your phone with it as well. So a really versatile piece. You can take it from car to car. You know, it's pretty awesome.
What a fantastic solution for OE factory radios with screens and touchscreen. But what if I already have an aftermarket radio installed?
That's fine. It'll work in there too, as long as it has CarPlay.
As long as it has CarPlay.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
What is the retail of that unit?
Retail is 500 on this piece.
500 USD.
Yes.
US. Okay, got it.
Yes. Yeah, 500 retail on this. You know, look, before this, your only other option would be to add a video interface that had to get installed behind the radio, that you had to add some HDMI to Lightning adapter just to mirror your phone. You had to control it from your phone. And with all the labor, plus the interface cost, all the adapters and everything, plus the actual way you have to physically use it, I mean, this thing is amazing for what it does, and what it's replacing is incredible.
I have a question though. If I plug that into my OE system, I get it works. Can I still have my phone connected?
No, you cannot have CarPlay going at the same time.
Because that is your CarPlay source, basically.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So that's
Okay.
mimicking an iPhone. It's basically tricking the vehicle into thinking that it's communicating with an iPhone. So it does take over your CarPlay. But you know, you could actually use it as a hands-free device. It'll still use your factory mic. So if phone calls come in, it'll act as your hands-free kit because it's using CarPlay. So it'll act as CarPlay. So you're still using phone calls through it and whatnot. You can still use navigation through there if you want, Google Maps, Waze, all that stuff. So I mean, you really don't lose any general functionality, but you gain all of the additional features.
Right.
And you know, if you want to go back to CarPlay, you unplug it and you hopefully
it's hot swappable, so you can pull that out in and out anytime. You know, I just realized something funny. You're using an Android-based box to connect to an iOS CarPlay to go to a non-iOS or Android system in the car.
Yes. Yes. Technology. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, that's going to bring us to our next product, which is our ZZ Air piece, which is another really, really, really awesome product that converts wired CarPlay to wireless CarPlay. So you have wired CarPlay in your vehicle, you want to make it wireless, all you do is just plug in this dongle. It's about half the size of this. It works exactly the same. USB. You will connect your phone to it via Wi-Fi, and that's it. Now you have wireless CarPlay. So every time you get in your car, it automatically connects.
Could you show that again, Rich? Could you show that again? I was a little late on the trigger there. Did you have the piece in your hand?
No, this is the Zeus.
Oh, okay. I thought you had
it's about half the size of this, but it's exactly the same. Same concept, just USB plugs in. Really, really awesome piece, and works with aftermarket radios as well. So, I mean, yeah, another. I have guys that are ordering, dozens and dozens and dozens at a time. They work awesome. Any car that comes in, you can plug it in. It works on almost every single car that we've tested it in, except for like 2 or 3. And I mean, aftermarket radios, again, Alpine is a huge brand for this piece, because like the 650 radio is probably one of the top selling radios right now. And it's only wired CarPlay. So this is great to convert it from wired CarPlay to wireless, and as well as a lot of the other aftermarket radios, Pioneer, Kenwood, Stinger. Unfortunately, we're not compatible with Sony yet with either piece, the Zeus or the ZZ Air, and we're working on it. Unfortunately, we're not there yet, and I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping that we would have some, compatibility for Sony by now, but we don't. But hopefully that should be coming soon too. Sony's a huge brand. So just want to make sure we get that out there for them as well, and working on that. But yeah, ZZ Air, awesome piece, man. Wired CarPlay to wireless. What more can you say?
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, really easy to plug it in.
I have a 2020 vehicle, and it has CarPlay, but it has to be wired, and it bugs me.
Yeah, and once you use this, I mean, you'll be so disappointed with having to use wired CarPlay again, because you get in, your phone automatically connects to it, CarPlay automatically pops up, it's seamless. So there's no interaction at all, and even if you don't have a wireless charger in your car, which a lot of cars do, but a lot of people aren't using their phones constantly, so they get in their car and they have 70% battery. They don't need to plug it in. They're driving home, but they need CarPlay, so they don't want to have to plug their phone in just to drive home when they could just leave it in their pocket, leave it in their purse.
I'll tell you where the deterrent is. When you get in the car, your Bluetooth will connect it first.
Right.
So then you're already connected and your music's playing. You're like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I had wireless CarPlay, I would turn off the Bluetooth and only be wireless CarPlay, and then that solves that.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And actually, I've had a lot of people tell me that too. That like, yeah, I really never used CarPlay until I used the adapter, and now I use it all the time, because you get in your car and it's already there. It comes up automatically.
Yeah.
You get in your car, you start your car. As soon as you start driving, you look over and CarPlay's already there on your screen working.
100%.
So
100%.
Yeah, that's a really, really great product for us, and that's been a really, it's been a good product to get awareness for our brand to a lot of dealers that maybe wouldn't be necessarily dealing with Audi or BMW or Mercedes or Porsche on a daily basis, not seeing those types of vehicles. But this is something where, pretty much every car stereo shop is selling Alpine, Pioneer, Kenwood, Stinger, one of those brands of radios, Sony. And, this gives us the opportunity to introduce them to our brand and our business model with a product that is pretty much universal, that they could use, that anybody can use. So that was a nice
I could literally envision certain dealers that, specialize in a couple of these brands now with this information. And once they get this inventory in their hands, to reach out to their customer base. Hey, by the way,
right,
we can now hook you up with, Apple CarPlay or Android. Come in and see us. We got the solution. That alone, one email out to your database, especially if you're really organized and you actually know what vehicle your customers have.
Yeah. Well, and even if you added an aftermarket radio before, wireless CarPlay was available.
Wireless CarPlay, that's another option. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe some of these customers, have an aftermarket radio installed. They didn't have wireless CarPlay. They wanted it. They couldn't get it at the time. They don't want to spend the money on a new radio now. Well, hey, look, we have an adapter. It's a couple $100, and now you're off and running with wireless CarPlay.
Come on in.
Yeah, now it's like a new radio again.
I'll leave you the last word to wrap up. What message do you have for these Canadian dealers?
Man, is that it already?
Dude, it goes quick.
Oh my God. Well, you know what, guys? Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. And do this for you guys. I really, really appreciate the support. Looking forward to all this whole pandemic stuff blowing over so I could actually get up to Canada and go see everybody, the guys that I've seen already, to see you guys again, see some new guys out there. Looking forward to visiting some shops and doing some shows. Looking forward to getting some product in your hands through Automobility. Really great company, really super excited to be, part of them and, part of the market with you guys, working with them and bringing the product to market through them. So awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, it was a pleasure having you, Rich. Don't stop innovating. It looks like people are hungry to see more applications. So get back to work.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Cheers.
Have a good night, Ben. Thanks, man.
There you have it. Rich DeSclafani from ZZ-2 showing off some really cool applications to get some Android Auto and CarPlay into these older vehicles and some actually new vehicles, believe it or not. Some rear camera options and that, integrate into the handle. You got a streamer now that you can plug in through CarPlay, USB jack. And of course, if you're interested in upgrading your wired CarPlay, well, there's a solution for that too, and get you wireless. All right. Continued coverage, but wait, I need to tell you about something. There is something going on here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. I got this image from the boys at Automobility. They're like, Ben, put this up. We got a mystery guest. Come interact with him. I have no idea what this is about. Does it have anything to do with 12 volt? Maybe not, but it's got my interest peaked, and I will certainly be there, of course. So come check us out 8:30 tonight on our Facebook page. Continued coverage coming to you live from CMA Industry Week Day 7. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.